Hi there. Today we're embarking on a captivating journey as we step back in time to explore the legendary TV series Allo Allo. I'm sure many of you have fond memories of this classic show. Allo Allo is a timeless gem that has left an indelible mark on television history. Join us as we relive the magic, revisiting the series with the entire cast, then and now. We'll uncover the original identities and ages of the talented actors from the show and witness how they've transformed in 2023. So, without further ado, let's dive into the world of Allo Allo. Number 1. Gordon Kaye as René Artois. Meet René, a character defined by stubbornness, sarcasm, and reluctance, yet harboring a glimmer of recognition for his skills. Despite his outward bravado, he's a bit of a coward, easily manipulated by both the resistance and the Germans through the threat of violence. Beneath this tough exterior, René reveals a caring nature. Over time, he undergoes a transformation, overcoming his fears and evolving into a much-improved version of himself. Cheers to René, the complex character navigating a tumultuous journey of self-discovery and growth. Before his time on Allo Allo, Kaye starred in Coronation Street, playing Elsie Tanner's nephew Bernard Butler on the soap from 1969 to 1970. In his role as René, Gordon Kaye took risks to aid the resistance and avoid trouble with the Nazis, alongside Carmen Silvera as his wife Edith, Richard Gibson as Gestapo officer Herr Flick, and Officer Crabtree played by Arthur Bostrom. Following the conclusion of the long-running BBC show, Kaye was rarely seen on screen until his return in 1990 after a serious car accident. In January of that year, during the Burns Day storm, Kaye was critically injured when a plank for an advertising board blew through his car windscreen. Despite the accident, he returned to Allo Allo and also starred in a successful stage version of the show, both with the original cast and a new lineup, touring the UK and internationally. He also appeared in various shows, including It Ain't Half Hot Mum and Are You Being Served? Kaye's last screen role was in the BBC sketch show Revolver in 2004, and he also participated in an episode of the game show Family Fortunes to win cash for charity. René Artois played by Gordon Kaye when he was 41 years old. Sadly, Kaye suffered from dementia and spent the last 2 years of his life in a care home in Knaresborough, where he died on 23 January 2017, aged 75. Number 2. Carmen Silvera as Edith Artois. Madame Edith is a character whose jealousy is as notable as her naivety. Her suspicions flare up whenever René is around other women, especially Yvette, René's true love. Despite her easily riled demeanor, Edith is surprisingly gullible. Whenever she catches her husband in a compromising situation with waitresses, she readily swallows whatever transparent lies René chooses to tell her. As a presumed widow, Edith attracts suitors of her own, including Monsieur Alphonse, the local undertaker, and Bertorelli, an Italian captain. Edith's relationship with René is a roller coaster of contradictions. At times, she's willing to go to extreme lengths, like contemplating a suicide bombing to save René from the Germans. On other occasions, she's oddly eager to see René meet a heroic demise, purely for the selfish desire to be the widow of a great man. Carmen Silvera initially gained recognition as a television actress in the 1960s British police drama Z-Cars in 1962. Following that, she portrayed Camilla Hope in the BBC soap opera Compact from 1964 to 1965. In 1978, she played Mrs. Van Schuyler in Lily, ITV's drama series centered around the life of the future, Edward VII's mistress, Lily Langtry. Silvera made 2 appearances in Doctor Who, first in The Celestial Toymaker as Clara the Clown, Mrs. Wiggs, and the Queen of Hearts, and later as Ruth in Invasion of the Dinosaurs. In 1970, she featured in the Dad's Army episode Mum's Army as Fiona Gray, a love interest for Captain Mainwaring, a role specially written for her by David Croft. Additionally, she had roles in British sex comedies, including Clinic Exclusive, On the Game, and Keep It Up Downstairs, 1976. Her most enduring role was as Edith, the antagonistic wife of opportunistic cafe owner René Artois, spanning the entire run of the Allo Allo series from 1982 to 1992. Edith Artois played by Carmen Silvera when she was 60 years old. Sadly, as a heavy smoker, she died of lung cancer on 30 August 2002, aged 80, at the Denville Hall Retirement Home for Actors. Number 3. Vicky Michelle as Yvette Carte Blanche. Yvette is a formidable and beautiful young woman, determined to contribute to the war effort in any way possible, even if it involves engaging with the enemy. She plays a crucial role in entertaining the colonel and captain, often alongside her best friend, Maria Recamier. Yvette's feelings towards Mimi are quite evident, harboring a deep dislike. During her time on Allo Allo, Vicky Michelle portrayed a cafe waitress and René's mistress, Yvette. Following her departure from the show, the actress sustained an active career in acting. She seamlessly transitioned into another significant role, playing Noel Edmonds' man-eating neighbor in Noel's House Party, a character she portrayed until 1997. Post-Allo Allo, concluding in 1992, Michelle continued her prominent role in Noel's House Party, where she played Noel Edmonds' man-eating neighbor until 1997. In 1996, she portrayed Lucy Westenra in a production of Dracula alongside Leslie Grantham in the title role. Michelle also had a guest role in 2 episodes of Gale's World in 1997, playing a fictional version of herself as the leader of a group of leather-clad women bearing whips named the Killer Bimbos. While she has enjoyed a diverse acting career, the 72-year-old is particularly recognized for her recurring role as Patricia Foster in the ITV soap Emmerdale. In recognition of her charitable endeavors, Michelle was honored with an MBE for her services. In addition to her acting ventures, Michelle ventured into the Australian jungle as herself in the ITV reality show I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here in 2014. Yvette Carte Blanche played by Vicky Michelle when she was 32 years old, and now she is 73 years old. Number 4. Richard Marner as Colonel Kurt von Strohm. The Colonel is portrayed as a somewhat cowardly individual, with his chief fear revolving around his superior, von Klinkerhoffen. While he doesn't shy away from using force when necessary, his character is marked by extreme selfishness, callousness, and weakness. His sole concern lies in retrieving the missing portrait of the fallen Madonna, driven by the selfish ambition to sell it for personal gain after the war. Most often cast in military roles, Russian-born character actor Richard Marner grew up in the United Kingdom, where he joined the Royal Air Force during World War II. After an injury brought an abrupt end to his military career, Marner turned to acting. He started out in theater but broke into film in 1950 with a small role in the largely forgotten British drama Lily Marlene. Though inauspicious, this debut marked the beginning of a long and prolific career. Over the next 30 years, Marner secured supporting roles in numerous films and television programs, where the grim-mugged actor was frequently typecast as Russian military men. Despite the challenges, Marner rebounded when his well-established line of stern military characters led to his role on the World War II set sitcom, Allo Allo. In a staggering list of roles, Marner is best remembered as the bullying German Colonel Kurt von Strohm on the long-running series set in a small cafe in occupied France, frequented by a colorful cast of characters. After 10 years, the show concluded, and the aging Marner grew more selective in choosing roles. He made his final on-screen appearance in 2002, playing President Zorkin in the Ben Affleck political thriller The Sum of All Fears. Colonel Kurt von Strohm, played by Richard Marner when he was 61 years old. Sadly, Marner died on 18th of March 2004 in Perth, Scotland, aged 82. Number 5. Kim Hartman as Private Helga Gerhardt. In stark contrast to her impulsive and arrogant superiors, Helga emerges as a thoughtful, fair-seeing, highly intelligent, and manipulative individual. She excels in the art of seduction and proves to be an expert spy. Frequently entangled in Herr Flick's plans, which often take unexpected turns, Helga once attempted to employ a cigarette holder to shoot a poisonous dart at General von Klinkerhoffen. However, the plan went awry when the general borrowed the holder, having left his own at the chateau, resulting in the dart inadvertently targeting Herr Flick. Helga's character brings a blend of intelligence, intrigue, and unexpected comedic twists to the unfolding narrative. After her role in Allo Allo, the 71-year-old actress Kim Hartman has been featured in a series of TV shows. She has credits for appearing in Casualty, Grange Hill, The British Empire, and 15 Stories. Kim has also made numerous stage appearances, including the West End production of Allo Allo, My Mother Said I Never Should, Stepping Out, and Relatively Speaking. In addition to her television and stage work, Kim had a small role in the 2017 war movie Dunkirk. She expanded her presence to presenting by hosting a travel show titled Cruising to the Northern Lights, which was broadcast on the Travel Channel. In June 2023, Hartman appeared in an episode of the BBC soap opera Doctors as Bernadette Hilsum. Private Helga Gerhardt played by Kim Hartman when she was 30 years old, and now she is 71 years old. Number 6. Guy Seiner as Lieutenant Hubert Gruber is semi-openly portrayed as a homosexual character with a very direct attitude towards sexism. He is depicted as a caring and timid individual who harbors a schoolgirl-like crush on Renee Artois. Gruber is vigilant in ensuring no harm comes to Renee, often disregarding orders from his superiors or persuading them to take actions that would benefit Renee. Despite his quirky demeanor, Gruber is an efficient soldier with impressive military accomplishments. He maintains strong connections within the German army. In one instance, he goes so far as to summon General von Klinkerhoffen after Renee is taken prisoner by the Gestapo. Guy Seiner has enjoyed a long and fruitful acting career spanning more than 30 years. For many people around the world, he is instantly recognizable as the sexually ambiguous German officer Lieutenant Gruber from the British sitcom Allo Allo, which is one of the most successful programs in the history of the BBC. During the show's run from 1982 to 1992, Seiner appeared in over 90 episodes. When it finished production, he relocated to the United States, where he was born. In 1995, Seiner made his television debut on an episode of the influential sitcom Seinfeld. He continued to feature in American productions, including a role as a prison official in David Lynch's Lost Highway and as the harbor master in Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, where he greets the character Jack Sparrow. After this, he returned to the UK, reprising his role as Lieutenant Gruber in the 2007 stage production of Allo Allo and shifting his focus to production and writing. Lieutenant Hubert Gruber played by Guy Seiner when he was 35 years old, and now he is 76 years old. Number 7. Kirsten Cook as Michelle Dubois. A devout believer in the resistance cause, Michelle is fueled by the fervor of fanaticism, driving her unwavering commitment to guerrilla activities. Her dedication, however, comes with an expectation of the same level of commitment from others. Michelle is known for concocting wild plans, often centered around aiding British airmen or harassing the occupying Germans. These plans, filled with audacity, typically fall onto Renee and the others to execute. Unlike many female characters, Michelle appears resistant to Renee's charms, standing as one of the few who doesn't succumb to his advances. Nevertheless, she is not above feigning interest when necessary, using her wit and allure to manipulate Renee into doing what she wants. Vicky Michelle is widely recognized for her portrayal of resistance fighter Michelle Dubois in the British television series Allo Allo, produced by the BBC. Her character is famously associated with the enduring catchphrase, "Listen very carefully, I shall say this only once." Before her role in Allo Allo, Cook was an occasional member of the ensemble of comedy actors featured in Dave Allen's sketches across several BBC series. Additionally, she starred in various episodes of the BBC children's comedy series Chucklevision. Michelle's television credits extend to shows such as Woolcott, Rings on Their Fingers, The Dawson Watch, The Upper Hand, and Down to Earth. She also appeared as a panelist on Blankety Blank in 1984. Michelle Dubois played by Kirsten Cook when she was 30 years old, and now she is 71 years old. Number 8. Richard Gibson as Herr Otto Flick. From Gestapo binoculars to Gestapo staff car, Herr Otto Flick infuses a touch of authority into his possessions. A skilled violinist, Herr Flick has a peculiar fondness for rats, appreciating their small, shifty, and disgusting qualities, much like his assistant von Smallhausen. Assisted by the less-than-intelligent von Smallhausen, Herr Flick's response to his subordinates' foolish statements is a humorous head smack with whatever object is at hand. With a homing pigeon named Boris and a penchant for truth serums derived from exotic animals, like the self-inflating Peruvian marsh frog, Herr Flick infuses his character with eccentricity. He took part in Allo Allo during the vast majority of the series. Dressed in an ankle-length leather coat and with the obligatory stiff-legged limp and walking stick, Herr Flick spent his life suppressing peasants, seducing Helga, the Germantown commandant's assistant, and vainly trying to get his hands on the original of the painting The Fallen Madonna with the Big Boobies by Van Klomp. Gibson then toured with the group when Allo Allo transferred to the stage and had successful tours both in the United Kingdom and abroad. The stage version of the show gave rein to his other skills, and he was able to demonstrate his mastery of the violin. Guy Senior continued to build on the success of the TV series Allo Allo and toured with the group when it transitioned to the stage. He went on to start a Flick and Helga fan club and made various cabaret appearances as part of the duo, including performances on board Fred Olsen cruise ships in 2012. Additionally, in 2003, he guest starred in the Doctor Who audio drama Flip Flop. Herr Otto Flick played by Richard Gibson when he was 28 years old, and now he is 69 years old. Number 9. John Christopher Dixon as Flying Officer Fairfax. The resourceful pilots frequently sought refuge in a concealed compartment beneath the bar or a wardrobe in Renee's mother-in-law's bedroom. Hidden beneath her bed, they stored a wireless radio, causing the bed knobs to flash with each incoming signal, much to the old lady's discomfort. Upon discovery, their response, delivered in a very British accent, was a simple, "Hello," followed by tending to the wireless or addressing their immediate needs. Facing the language barrier, the pilots, unable to speak French, turned the phrase, "What did he, she say?" into a recurring comedic theme. Often punctuated by enthusiastic head nodding in response to French conversations, their feigned understanding became a running gag. John D. Collins became a regular cast member in 2 television series, A Family at War and Get Some In, the latter alongside Robert Lindsay. His collaboration with David Croft began with the film version of Dad's Army in 1971. Subsequently, he was cast in episodes of various sitcoms, including It Ain't Half Hot Mum, He Day High, Are You Being Served, and Oh, Dr. Beeching. He had a regular role in Allo Allo and played the recurring character Jerry in You Rang My Lord. Collins also made 2 appearances in the British BBC sitcom Only Fools and Horses. In the episode Ashes to Ashes, he portrayed a river policeman who informs Del and Rodney about the need for river permission to empty ashes into a river. He later appeared in the episode Sleeping Dogs Lie as the veterinarian. Flying Officer Fairfax, played by John Christopher Dixon, when he was 40 years old, and now he is 81 years old. Number 10. Sue Hajj as Mimi LeBonc. Mimi, a petite and athletic blonde, harbors an intense dislike for Germans. Before becoming a waitress at Café René and joining the resistance in Nouvion, Mimi was a gang leader in Paris. Her fervor for anti-German sentiments occasionally requires a gentle reprimand from her employer, René Artois, who advises her against any overtly lethal methods. If you poison them here, people will think that it was our food that did it. Apart from her penchant for thwarting Germans, Mimi possesses a talent for singing, a trait that occasionally sparks tension with René's wife, Edith Melba Artois. Initially depicted as stern and rarely seen smiling, Mimi gradually evolves into a more easygoing character as the storyline progresses. Kudos to Mimi, the spirited resistance member with a flair for both passion and song. Sue Hajj is widely recognized for her role as one of René's waitresses in the BBC sitcom. Since her time on the show, the 65-year-old actress appeared as Nurse Mimi in the pantomime production of Robin Hood. In 2009, Sue returned to television for a role as Connie in the sitcom The Lads Club. While not as prominently featured as some of her co-stars, Sue has a one-woman show titled Mimi and Me, Allo Again, and has ventured into writing with a book called Mimi's Memoirs. Mimi LeBonc played by Sue Hajj when she was 30 years old, and now she is 81 years old. We reflect on the incredible journey of Allo Allo showcast from 1982 to 1992, witnessing their growth and transformations. It's evident that the bond forged during those years has left an enduring legacy. From thrilling highway pursuits to heartwarming moments, these actors brought the California Highway Patrol to life. Their stories continue to resonate with fans around the world. As we explore their then and now, we celebrate the enduring impact of Allo Allo. Thank you for joining us on this nostalgic trip down the California highways with the remarkable Allo Allo of yesteryear.